welcome back to Crypto Saving Expert, where we talk about the latest cryptocurrency news and take a look at the markets so that we all know exactly what is happening. My name is Jess, and we do these live streams every single weekday at around 11 a.m. covering the latest cryptocurrency news. So don't forget to like today's stream. Before we get into it, let's get started by taking a look at the price charts and see what is happening over here. We currently have Bitcoin sat at $24,270 and Ethereum sat at $1,663. So in the last 24 hours, we have seen a slight move to the upside, but this week has been a little bit stagnant. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart and see what is happening. We are currently sat we have had a break to the downside, and we have seen a small bounce this morning. We are looking at this level of support right now, currently at the $24,200 level. And I also have a support drawn at the $23,640 level. If we do manage to hold these and move to the upside, we are all waiting for that big trade for the move to the upside to the $25,250 level. If we break through there, we don't really have many resistances up. And if we break through this level, there is a chance that we could close that $28,000 CME gap. But right now, to me, the markets are looking quite weak. We are looking to see if we can hold these supports first of all. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's take a look at the Crypto Saving Experts Instagram to see what news has been posted over here. I will just put up the it's at Crypto Saving Expert if you want to take a look at our Instagram. We have been posting that Kevin O'Leary has said, you've got to get on board with regulation. You've got to stay out of the way of Gensler and the SEC and other regulators. He's also said that in a series of tweets on Monday that the SEC's actions are being cheered on by some senators who want crypto gone. So very interesting outlook here. Let's move on to the next one quickly. We've heard from Jesse Powell, the CEO of Kraken, say, I have a theory. Regulators let the bad guys get big and blow up because it serves their agenda. And she made this statement in a series of tweets on the 19th of February and said the US regulators let bad actors grow and suck up users so that they can burn more people when they crash to stifle growth in the space. So lots of big players saying that they're trying to get, that regulators are trying to slow down cryptocurrencies and that we don't want to see those regulations. We're also seeing the chief legal officer at Coinbase has explained to shareholders during their 2022 fourth quarter earnings call that the platform's staking service is fundamentally different from Kraken's service, saying they are safe from the SEC. So we've seen a huge debate right at the moment between cryptocurrency and regulation. Regulators in the US, specifically the SEC, are trying to regulate cryptocurrencies, and they are charging different people, saying that they are offering unregistered securities. Kraken being one of those people that they are trying to attack. Kraken is saying that they're not offering unregistered securities. We did have that Martini guy on the channel last week, and he was explaining how the difference between staking on a decentralized network and staking in Kraken means that Kraken could potentially be offering unregistered securities because they handle everything. You just deposit your funds into their wallet and they handle the rest of it. So that could possibly make it past the Howey test. And the Howey test is what the US use to determine if something is a commodity or a security. If it's a security, it's regulated by the SEC, and they aren't light on cryptocurrency companies, unfortunately. So that is what people are trying to avoid. So this put a lot of fear in the markets because the US are going after Kraken and Kraken staking services. A lot of people thought maybe they'll do the same for Coinbase and other centralized exchanges as well. So we were watching out for that to see what happens, but the chief legal officer at Coinbase has said this isn't the case, and their staking service is fundamentally different from Kraken's service. So that's what we are looking at this morning. Do we have any more? We have one news article on here today. Kim Kardashian and Floyd Mayweather have filed new motions to dismiss the lawsuits against them promoting Ethereum Max to their followers without proper disclosure. So we will see how that plays out in the coming weeks. Let's take a look now at the big news articles of the day. First, we have Stacks up over 140% in just 1 week, up 26% in the last 24 hours. If we take a look at this, according to a crypto financial services platform, Matrix Port, STX's rally stemmed from the recent hype over Ordinal's NFT. Now, for those that aren't aware what Ordinals is, let's pull this up. So we go over to cryptosavingexpert.com. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell notification button to help us grow the channel as much as possible. We are trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you come across a term in crypto, back to the story. If you come back to a term in crypto that you don't know what it means, if we go over to guides and we go to encyclopedia, you can see this entire encyclopedia, and every single one of these words is accompanied by a short definition, a video, and an article. So we can see ordinals here. It's like an NFT kind of thing on the Bitcoin blockchain. It's allowing us to do that. Let's say ordinals. An ordinal value is a unique number representing the position or order of an object or event in a sequence. For Bitcoin, ordinals are being used to create unique and valuable NFTs. They represent specific moments in time. So in the Bitcoin blockchain, each block is given a unique ordinal value based on its position in the chain. This value is then used to create a one-of-a-kind NFT representing that specific block. And this is getting a huge amount of attention recently. So we're seeing this rise in STX, and it's said here that it may be down to its relationship with the emergence of ordinals NFTs on the Bitcoin blockchain. According to the crypto financial services platform, we've already read that bit. Ordinals are Bitcoin NFTs used to inscribe data and pictures or videos in the witness portion of Bitcoin transactions. They leverage the Taproot soft fork and are used to number individual Satoshi, the smallest unit of a Bitcoin on the blockchain. Launched barely 2 months ago, ordinal NFTs have gathered over $600,000 in Bitcoin transactions. And as of last week, the Bitcoin network recorded over $100,000 in newly minted ordinals NFTs. So the new protocol has also attracted many new active users with non-zero Bitcoin balances to the network. The Stacks protocol is one of the platforms that developed the concept of Bitcoin NFTs before the onset of the hype. As user activity has increased due to ordinal NFTs, attention has been drawn back to the original platforms, including the counterparty protocol. So we are seeing a shift to the upside for STX. Let's see how it's performing today. Let's see if we've got it on the Crypto Saving Expert. Just search here, STX, and we can see in coins. Here it is. It is currently has a market cap of $1.16 billion, up 23.45% in the last 24 hours. I mean, that is completely mooned. The volumes are incredibly high. We have seen higher prices than this previously, but that attention that it's been getting over the last couple of days has really done well for the Stacks token. Congratulations to all of the holders of Stacks. Let's move on to the next article and see what we have next. Before we continue with today's video, though, please don't forget to like and subscribe and press that bell notification button so that you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news. We do these live streams every single Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. UTC, covering the latest news, and it's a great way to just stay involved within the cryptocurrency space. If you don't have that much time, watching these live streams helps. If you have a lot of time to spend in crypto, these live streams still help, so make sure to still tune in. Let's take a look at the next article we have here. Coinbase experienced a net loss of $557 million in Q4 in 2022 as trading volume nosedive. So let's take a look at this. We have already covered this slightly today about the fears of Kraken having. Let me start that again. The fears that of the SEC cracking down on Kraken, they may crack down on the Coinbase next, but Coinbase have said that staking features are fundamentally different, so that the SEC shouldn't be looking into their thing, but you never know. So the San Francisco-based cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase posted its $577 million net loss for its fourth quarter of 2022 and saw reserves dwindle due to a drop in trading volume. So the latter resulted in the crypto winter experienced in the second half of 2022, ignited by Terra, which fell in May last year, which led to a series of bankruptcies and peaked with FTX's implosion in November. We've spoken about this over and over again here on the channel. We've just seen this domino effect within the cryptocurrency industry for 2022, but it seems to have all settled down now. We have recovered from our losses of FTX's collapse in November. Bitcoin is back above the price at which it was before FTX collapsed. Taking a look at this, however, the $577 million loss was lower than the expected $600 million and marked the fourth consecutive quarter of losses for the company, which totaled $2.625 billion in 2022. So Coinbase also reported that it held a total of $5.495 billion in cash reserves and equivalents, and the cash reserves comprised $2.032 billion in corporate cash, $2.25 billion in money market funds, $861 million in USDC, 212 million in custodial account overfunding, and 143 million in corporate cash held at third-party venues. So despite the losses of 2022, analysts at JP Morgan believe that Coinbase started 2023 on a good note. And I wouldn't disagree with this. Let's take a look at Coinbase on TradingView and see what's happening over here. Let's duplicate this so we don't get rid of our Bitcoin analysis. USDT is just a normal thing to search. Right, Coinbase, let's see. Right, there we go. Here we have it. Taking a look at the daily chart, you can see it has followed a very similar pattern to Bitcoin. As always, when the markets are tanking, the cryptocurrency markets are tanking. So when Bitcoin and altcoins and Ethereum is tanking, cryptocurrency companies, or companies that are related to crypto, usually see similar effects. So mining companies will see their stocks fall, cryptocurrency exchanges will see their stocks fall whenever Bitcoin falls. But whenever Bitcoin rallies, they will have, most of the time, typically, have a similar response. So in 2023, we've already seen a rise from down at, what did we start the year on? Around $24. We've already seen a 155% increase in 2023. 2023 has been insane for the cryptocurrency market and for those that gain exposure in other methods through traditional assets like cryptocurrency exchanges and like mining companies. So that is what we're looking at right there. It's not all negative. Obviously, it's a negative year. It was a negative year for everyone in 2022, but 2023, fingers crossed, so far has not been as bad. Let's continue with the next piece of news today and see what we have here. Solana Spaces to close down its stores in New York City and Miami on the 28th of February. So Solana Spaces has announced the closure of its physical stores in New York City and Miami by the end of February after an estimated 8 months of operations. The team at Solana Spaces tweeted the news on Tuesday, the 21st of February. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because I think some people may watch this on their phones and it may look incredibly small. The team at Solana Spaces tweeted the news on Tuesday by sharing a note from the project's founder explaining why the closure was necessary. And they've said, "We've made the difficult decision to sunset our stores in New York City and Miami by the end of February and to pivot our Solana onboarding efforts into digital products like Drip, our free NFT product with more than 100,000 signups." Drip is onboarding more Solana users than the physical stores. So he added that although the physical stores had hosted an estimated 75,000 people and helped thousands set up their wallets and purchase Solana merchandise, its Drip platform was onboarding more Solana users. Nobi had hoped that the stores launched in June of last year would onboard more than 100,000 Solana users per month. So having an in-person store is actually a really interesting concept for cryptocurrency because a lot of people have a lot of fear when they're looking at different things, but having an in-person store that people can just go and speak to in person is attractive for new users within the space. And we see here, as I told people often, as awesome as the stores were, if we found a more efficient way to bring people into Solana, we would throw our efforts at that. As it were, I found that in Drip, while our stores on board maybe 500 and 1,000 people, between 500 and 1,000 people per week, Drip onboards the same quantity every day. So they're just seeing the effects of that now and making that difficult decision. Let's take a look at the next article we have here. Before we do, please don't forget to like and subscribe and press that bell notification button to help us grow the channel as much as possible. Also, if you wouldn't mind, if you could go to the link that I drop in here and press retweet on the Twitter, that would be brilliant. Let's take a look at the next article now. We only have a couple of articles today, so it's going to be a relatively short live stream. Let's take a look at the next one. Google Cloud begins network validators on Tezos. So Google Cloud Platform, which runs a suite of cloud computing services offered by Google, has partnered with the Tezos Foundation, the non-profit organization behind the open source blockchain protocol Tezos, to become a validator on the network. With the deal, Google Cloud's corporate clients can develop and deploy Tezos nodes to build Web3 applications on the Tezos network using Google's infrastructure. This will enable clients to support blockchain development. On the other hand, startups incubated by Tezos will gain access to Google Cloud credits and mentorship. So the Engineering Director of Web3 at Google Cloud has said, at Google Cloud, we're providing secure and reliable infrastructure for Web3 founders and developers to innovate and scale their applications. We look forward to bringing the dependability and scalability of Google Cloud to power Web3 applications on Tesla. So positive things coming here. It's nice to see big corporations stepping into Web3 and helping support the networks. Let's take a look at the final article of today. We have the charged fans. The US Department of Justice indicts Forsage founders over role in $340 million crypto fraud scheme. So let's take a look at this article. We've seen this was basically a scam, a pyramid, let's read this properly. According to official release, the four founders, I'm not going to try and say those names, all Russian nationals, promoted Forsage as a DeFi project based on networking and smart contracts. In reality, they operated the platform as a Ponzi and pyramid scheme. So we can see further down in this article, I have just given this article a read. On-chain analysis revealed that 80% of the victims received fewer ETH than they invested, while 50% received nothing. So essentially, they operated the platform as a Ponzi and pyramid scheme, and within the smart contracts it says something over here. The United States and the SEC indicted the defraudants on similar charges last year, and we reported in August that the founders touted the platform through US promoters and a group called Crypto Crusaders, claiming it was a legitimate business. As per court documents filed in the District of Oregon, the Department of Justice revealed that Forsage founders created and deployed Ponzi-like smart contracts on Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Tron. So we can see from the US attorney of the district, we saw bringing charges against foreign actors who used new technology to commit fraud in an emerging financial market is a complicated endeavor only possible with the full and complete coordination of multiple law enforcement agencies. It is a privilege to work alongside the agents involved in these complex cases. So we obviously have seen that a lot of people lost a lot of money when deciding to invest into this project, and it turns out it was marketed by a group called Crypto Crusaders, when really it wasn't a legitimate business, and a lot of people lost a lot of money. And we can see here, obviously, $340 million was lost in this fraud scheme. And so that's what we're seeing now. Let's take a look at the comments. The Disabled Machine said we deserve more watching. Yes, we do. Please don't forget, if you haven't already, to like the stream and subscribe and press that bell notification button so that you don't miss these live streams. And also share these streams with your friends as much as possible. We want to take over the cryptocurrency YouTube space. We want to get 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That is our goal. We are currently sat at, let me take a look, 2,596. We need to grow that as quick as possible. We currently have we have 19 likes on today's stream. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and helping us grow the channel. This has been a pretty short live stream for today. We haven't had that much news come through the last 24 hours. It's been interesting. We obviously had the FOMC minutes last night at 7 p.m. Other than that, Bitcoin could possibly be breaking through this level of support that I was looking at. We had it bounce this level previously here and then use it as resistance multiple times on the 1 hour chart. Looks like we are breaking through that, but we won't know until that candle closes. We have seen a lot of wicks at this point. So the markets are looking wicky, as I would say, not a technical term. You can see here that there's a lot of buying power at these levels. So just watch out for that. We can even add Jordan's favorite indicator, the VWAP, and see what's happening over there. I don't know which one he actually uses. Let's take a look. No, that's not the correct one. Let's see if we've got it on here. It could be this one. No, it's not. I've got different indicators saved, so we won't look at that today, but we will find it. I am now closing off today's stream. I think that is all of today's news. We will be back here tomorrow with another live stream talking about the latest news. So thank you very much to everybody who has tuned in once again. It's very nice to see familiar faces in here every day. The lives have definitely improved since the start. The nerves have gone away now, and now I just sit and chat. So hopefully you've enjoyed the stream, and I will see you back here tomorrow.